All right. I know I'm early, but it's all right. We'll see who comes in today. Let me just double check. People saying I'm live. Let's see. Yes. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see. Hi, Paula. How are you? I'm just trying to get things set up. I'm still learning. I'm using Restream to go live, so I'm just trying to see if everything will go through. But how you doing? Yes, your first live over here. Appreciate that. So, I'm a little early because normally I be running late. I usually be running late, but I'm actually early. So the real one tried probably, not expecting me to be here early. But thank you for coming. Um, on Thursdays, we call it Tell Me Something Good Thursday. So we usually start by talking about our wins. I'll do like a question of the week or, something along those lines. Um, and we're supposed to have a special guest today, kind of doing like a Q&A. Not sure if you had a chance to check out the channel, but I do content, some content about Jehovah Witnesses. And so people would consider me an ex-Jehovah Witness. I'm a former Jehovah Witness. I didn't grow up a Jehovah Witness. I had become one as an adult and left as an adult. So I recently did an interview with someone, and so we supposed to have him coming by today as a special guest to kind of do some Q&A. So we have to see who shows up, because like I say, I'm technically was early, and I usually be running a little late. So I'm gonna just make another quick post, um, just so people know I'm live. Um, and see. All right. So how was your day, Paula? Mine was so busy. I didn't get a fraction of the stuff that I had planned for today done. I'm like, God, I planned on being way more productive than I was today. But there's nothing I can do about it. The day is gone. So um, I'm gonna drop the link. So if you want to come up and chat, Paula, you can. Um, and go from there. So we will see. Like I say, I know my people usually used to me not being here uh, on time. Oh, okay. They've been live already. Yeah, I was on my I do a like a group Zoom every Thursday. I took a course on advanced gut health. I'm a nurse practitioner, and so I still go into the course even though I'm finished, just to support the teacher and things of that nature. Oh, okay. That probably was fun. I was gonna take my dogs with me. I had went to go get something to eat earlier, and but then I changed my mind because to get them both in and all that stuff just would have been a hot mess. Oh, no worries, no worries, no worries. Hey, Jean, how you doing? Waiting for the people to come in um, to do Q&A, but hey, if they busy, then you and I can definitely do it. So I don't know if you see it in the chat. Let me drop it again, Jean. If you want to come up now or if you want to wait a few, you can just click the link, and that'll bring you up. But if you want to wait, we can wait, because most of the people probably used to me being a little late, and I was kind of like early today. So yeah, so we'll see. And then worst case, I shouldn't say worst case, another case, it'll be you and I, and then they can catch the replay, you know. So yeah. So I usually start off the live talking about wins. So you can definitely put your wins in the chat. For me, my biggest win this week so far has been I've been consistent with exercising. As of yesterday, I have worked out 15 straight days. I haven't gotten on the scale, but I can tell it's making a difference because I can, tell in the mirror and the way my clothes are fitting. So I'm happy to kind of be back on track. I've been a nurse practitioner since 2020. So it'll be 5 years in December. I got to actually do my recertification. I'm like, oh my God. Every month I'll be having like this long list of stuff I need to do. And it's some stuff get rolled over. But I definitely have to start putting my continuing education credits in the system so that when December come, they can just, check it off. But yeah, nursing is a second career for me, Paula. I was a teacher for 14 years. And then I went back to school to become a nurse. And then I graduated as a nurse in 2015. And yeah, and then I finished, then I went back to school to be an MP I started in, no, I actually had started in 2017 for about 4 to 6 months. And then I was like, oh, I need a break. And then I went back in 2019 to finish. All right. Paula says her biggest win, I dug my dumbbells out from under the bed and started back with strength and doing Zumba tonight. That's good. Yeah, that's good. So what I'm doing right now, I'm keeping it super simple. I am doing 7,500 steps every day. So I'm only at 2,700. Hey, born JW. So I'm probably gonna have to be on the treadmill at least 40 minutes to hit my 7,500 tonight. And I've been doing 100 kettlebell swings. I had saw it somewhere on YouTube, and I said, you know what? That way I address strength and toning and cardio. So that's what I've been doing. I'm doing pretty good. It's been a busy week. It's one of those weeks where I feel productive, but my to-do list don't seem to be saying the same thing. It don't seem to be, doing the same. So, you know. So we were just talking about wins, waiting for people to come on in. Like I say, I know people so used to me being late coming off of my Zoom class. But let's see. So I dropped the link in the chat if anybody wants to come up. Jean, if you want to come up now, we can come up. You can come up now, or if you want to wait and see who else pops in. Paula said, Rhonda in my community is 71 and could pass for 50. She's inspired me. Yes. Yes. Yep. You gotta take care of yourself. It's so sad. I mean, it seems like every week, if it's not like a celebrity who you feel like you know them, or somebody you know personally, like for me and my husband, so many people have been passing that has been like our age. We in our early 50s. I'm 50, he's 52, and it's so sad. Um, because for most of them, it's like health, and it's so much messed up. Food, stress, just all the things. So it would okay, hold on. Jean's coming up. Hey, Jean.
Hello.
All right. How you doing?
I'm good. How about yourself?
All right. Let's see. Born JW said, I hit the iron this morning and fixed my Jeep today. I'm a 60-year-old man, by the way. I know that's right. That's good. Paula says she always wanted sexy arms. Hey, you can do it. You're never too old. But thanks, Jean,
No
for
problem. Can you hear
coming.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you just
Okay, good.
fine.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Did you have to work today?
No, but I'm
Okay.
glad you chimed in because I had my day was so hectic
Yeah.
and I literally forgot, literally forgot.
Yeah.
So I had to run to the computer when you sent me the when I got the alert.
Yeah. I was like, let me just double check because I know stuff happened.
Right, but I was stuck at the job for a few.
You say what?
But I spent most of the day at my job because I had to handle a lot of legal material.
Okay.
And I'm not yet familiar with Georgia, so everything I needed to get done was at my job, so I
I
ended up
see.
going there.
So wasn't necessarily on the clock, but still had to go.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you, still coming through. Like I say, my usual tribe, they
Mm-hmm.
um they probably they so used to me kind of being late. But
Okay.
I wanted to make sure because I'm starting to try to use the Restream program. So I was like, let me make sure everything is good.
Okay.
So yeah, let's see. Paula said, I'm off to watch TV with husband. Hope I can make your next live. Yes, thanks for coming by, Paula. Greatly appreciate it. Hey, Esty, how you doing? Yep. So they gonna probably start coming in or what have you.
Okay.
So so yeah, typically when I do the lives on Thursday, I call it tell me something good. We usually talk about like our wins. I usually do a question of the day, but seeing how people had uh I don't want to I guess you say questions, or they just
Mm-hmm.
had some additional feedback in regards to the interview. I
Right.
don't know if you got it. I mean, you was there for it obviously. But I don't know if you got a chance to see how I kind of broke it up. So
Yes.
I kind
Yes.
of made part one like your beginning story up
Mm-hmm.
until mentioning that went into the military. Hey, Melissa,
Right.
and everything. And so then from there, to the end. So as people come in, we'll take any of the questions that they have, and just kind of go from there. That's kind of how we usually do things. So
Okay.
do you want to start with was it anything that we didn't bring up that you might want to add right now?
Nah, not none that I can think of.
Okay. Yeah, because we
Um.
covered quite a bit.
Yes, we did. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So um like I say, while people come in,
Mm-hmm.
um again, y'all, we got Jean in the house. Jean is the former JW that I interviewed We did that interview, I think maybe July, August, but it took
Yeah.
me forever to figure out how
It's
to
all right. Yep.
download it to my phone and be able to edit it because that's the only way I know how to do it. But hey, it finally happened, and I thought it came out pretty good. So for those who've seen the video, this is Jean. Here, willing to do any kind of Q&A. I did have some people who reached out to me via email that wanted to connect with them. So
Okay.
um, pass the information on since you said it was okay. But I'll kick it off. Like one question:
Mm-hmm.
What what advice would you give like somebody like you who pretty much kind of raised as a Jehovah Witness, even now that they have the lifting or the new light around like education? Um, what advice would you give them? Kind of like how you mentioned why you chose the military when you left.
Right. The reason why I chose the military, and I'm gonna say something. It may sound arrogant, but I'm not trying to be arrogant. While in school, I was an AP. I was an honors student. I'm a college grad. I even have Harvard education. And I'm saying this to say this: no matter how much of a genius you are, if you have no kind of skill to
Mm-hmm.
apply yourself to, it's moot. It's all moot. It's pointless.
Mm-hmm.
And in spite of the knowledge I have in my mind, I had nothing to apply it to.
Mm-hmm.
And being stuck in the organization, being stuck at Bethel, because remember, we were I say hypnotized to believe
Mm-hmm.
that the world was ending. Do not
Mm-hmm.
participate in anything. Don't worry about work. Don't worry about college. Focus on the kingdom. Focus on the ministry. So I
Mm-hmm.
had no skill set.
Yeah.
So the quickest way for me to obtain something to sustain myself, it was the military.
Mm-hmm.
Now, had I thought about school and like vocational or some kind of trade, I would have made a different choice. But I needed something right away.
Yeah.
That's why I chose the military.
Yeah. Yeah. And that makes sense. I got a younger cousin. Um, he got through high school,
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't necessarily consider himself a Rhodes Scholar, but he was like, I need something like now. And he was like, I like the fact that they say they're gonna give me money to help me pay. So maybe I can go in here, get exposed and see some things to help me kind of be like, yeah, I want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I have
Mm-hmm.
a younger cousin who just graduated this past spring. He's an electrical engineer.
Oh wow!
So it's like
Awesome!
all the
Awesome!
all the all the kids behind him, that's what they thinking. Oh, I want to go be an electrical engineer. But then when
Mm-hmm.
they, go start seeing what's involved with the classes, they're like, well, I
Right.
don't think I want to do that. And they just looking at it because it's like he get paid and he do this and and all that stuff. But that one younger cousin, he said, I'm gonna just go to the army. Like I don't want to just get a job, and I really am not kind of 100% clear on what I want to do. I know I want to go to school, but let me go. I'm gonna get trained in something. They're gonna give me a check. I get to see the world. You know, I get to kind of get out of Chicago, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and so far he doing pretty good. He's in Poland now.
Okay.
He's a
Okay.
little bit on the shorter side, so he's in the tanks, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's he a little tough little cookie now. He came home before he left, and I was like, look at him, muscles and all this
Right.
stuff. I
Right.
said, oh Lord, they done created a monster in
Right.
basic training. But
Right.
you know, I know of other people who's their children, early 20s, they tried, they gotta, these are the kids who were graduating during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So they feel a little bit lost, because
Right.
they didn't
Right.
have that experience. So yeah, like you say, it's the kind of quickness of it. You
Exactly.
know,
Exactly.
even if you go get an associate's, it's gonna take you at least two
It's gonna take you
years.
somewhere. Yep.
But
Yeah,
at least,
exactly. It's gonna take some time to get it too. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
because like in basic training, they still pay you something, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, you get that info, you know, you get at least you feel like, okay, I'm working towards something, but I am getting a little money, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. And
yeah,
if I may add too, if in case of viewer decide you don't want to decide military, um, the pay is not that great when you're on basic, but
yeah,
remember something is better than zero.
yeah,
But at the same time, you got free room and board,
yep.
you got free insurance basically,
Mm-hmm.
and you got free travel.
Mm-hmm.
So you get a chance to not only explore the world, but also in the military, if you're good at something, you can always advance.
Yes.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? So there's some perks to consider, because
Yeah.
some people just need money right away, and
Yeah.
if it's not enough, now you're still disappointed.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to look at the overall picture, look at the perks that comes with it too.
Yeah. Well, I think like my younger cousin, he don't have no kids. You know, his mom had passed. You know, his
Mm-hmm.
dad
Mm-hmm.
is a little confrontational at times. So
Right.
it was kind of like a no-brainer. It was a shock to the family, but then it was like when we sat back, it was like, yeah, it kind of makes sense,
Yeah.
you know?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
now he gets to go experience this, you know, he's made new friends and he feels a part of something,
Ah,
you
good.
know.
Good. Yes.
So right
Yeah.
now he's like, I ain't staying in here 20 years, but I could see it happening,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, something might change his mind.
Yeah, something might. So
And
we'll
then,
see how that go.
and here's another thing. I don't know if I mentioned it in the interview at Bethel. Even if it doesn't matter if you have a PhD, master's, bachelor's, or whatever. When you get there, whatever your education is in, they're not going to put you in that field, in that genre.
Nope. Nope.
You know what I mean? And then you're still going to come out with nothing. Suppose you have the paperwork, but you never applied your knowledge to gain that skill set. How you gonna address your resume?
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing to consider too. So Bethel's not what people think it is, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
had it not been the conversation I had with that, it was actually a younger brother who had that concern. He was like, "Man, I'm gonna join the army," and that's
Mm-hmm.
when it clicked. And at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, I wanted to see if I can find out some other things,
Yeah.
which I didn't. What I did, but not through the means of me joining the military.
Yes. All right, y'all. I dropped the link if anybody want to come up and ask that question. If you want to put it in chat, I see we had a few more people come in. So want to let you know I see you. Let's see. We had who did I see come in? Hey Ray. Um let's see. Esty said West Point is free. Yeah, but that's like a military school, right? Job
West
Corps. I don't even know if they still have Job Corps. I thought they got rid of it with the stuff that's going on.
Yeah, I don't think.
Oh,
Yeah.
you said. Oh, I see what you're saying. Job Corps helped me more than Watchtower. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah. I can.
kudos.
Yeah, I believe that for sure. Yeah,
Yep,
I think they got rid of Job Corps, and that's a shame because
they
I do
did.
know. I think
Oh,
so. I
oh
think the
man.
budget got cut or something.
Oh man.
Yeah, but those are some good points. Yes, I
Right.
know people who went to Bethel, um, and it was the women. They were nurses. They were registered nurses, and they was in
Mm-hmm.
housekeeping. But
Okay.
the
Well,
husband, the husbands they were put where they trained in.
exactly.
They were
Exactly.
put, in electrical. But I'm like, y'all have an RN and they can't go work in the health department or employee health, like
Mm-mm.
no, they was in housekeeping.
Yep. Yep.
They was in housekeeping.
Yep.
Yeah. You said right. You said West Point is a military academy.
Yes, it
Right.
is.
But it's not free, right? They still have to,
No, it's far from free.
yeah.
It's a special. You selected. You don't just apply for West Point.
Yeah.
You're actually selected.
Yeah.
Yeah. You may put
Um,
in paperwork for it, but there's a selection
but they
process.
still gotta select you, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's for the brainiacs, the ones that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I think they did cut Job Corps. I can, you know what, you know how so much has been going on in the world where you see the news today and it say it's cut, but then maybe a judge reinstated it. But the last I remember, it was cut because
Wow.
it messed up a lot of people.
Wow.
Yes,
That's
I
bad.
know the U.S. military will pay for medical school.
Yeah, they will. They
Yeah,
will. Yeah,
yeah.
they will.
I had an Army ROTC scholarship when I first went away to school for nursing, and by my sophomore year, my sergeant major and
Uh-huh.
lieutenant they knew I wasn't gonna cut it.
Oh no.
I didn't do well with like senior cadets being able to just see me on the yard. I'm just mad
Hmm.
at my business, be like, drop and give me 20. And I'm like, who you talking to? They was like,
Oh.
yeah, she ain't gonna make it. I wasn't getting up for PT. I was like, this is bull crap, you know.
Well,
Um, they sugar coated it. I think they sugar coated it more so, highlighting what life would be after I got out of school as a nurse in the army, you know,
okay.
versus what I still had to do to get through.
Right,
So
right.
I was like, yeah, I ain't about to do this. So I forget what the declaration is, basically saying that you were, you know, on demand, you know, on command, whatever that oath is, you had to sign it by
Hmm.
the end of or middle of your sophomore year. So that was my thing. I'm like, I can't sign this. They was like, but you're never
But
gonna. I said, you don't no, never say never. You
no,
can't. You don't know.
combat medics go to combat, but nurses don't.
Yeah.
Right. Nurses
Well,
don't.
never say never. Anything can happen.
No. Okay.
That's how I looked at it.
Okay.
Now you gotta remember, this is a South, the girl from the South Side. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
You know, my
When you
grandma
say South
always,
Side, that's Chicago.
yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
yeah.
okay. All
So,
right.
you know, I was like, this for the birds. But I'd be like, dang, I could be like, I could be straight, you know, because
Yeah.
do your 20 years, I would have been, what? I would have been able to retire at 42,
Full pension.
you know?
Full ride. Yep.
Right. I could have been post retired for 8 years now, doing, you know, probably doing exactly what I'm doing now, but I could have did it, you know, without having all this debt.
Yeah. Well,
So,
did you go to college?
oh,
If I
yeah.
may ask.
Yeah.
So were you ROTC and then went to college? How?
No, I didn't do ROTC. I went to a college prep high
Oh,
school.
okay.
We didn't have it.
Okay.
They, you know, were recruiting,
Mm-hmm.
and so I won Army ROTC nursing scholarship.
Okay.
Yep.
You probably would have qualified for OCS, which would have been great.
Is that officer?
Yes.
Yeah,
Officer
I would have been an
candidate.
officer when I graduated.
Oh, you should have took it. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I knew you. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you would have been set. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have been an officer when I
Uh-huh.
graduated. Hmm.
Right.
Yeah, because one of my roommate actually,
Uh-huh.
she ended up finishing her ex-husband. It was a bunch of them that end up finishing, and
Okay.
yeah, she ended up going to law school. Like, you know,
Yeah. Wow.
yeah,
Yep. Yep.
and don't have nowhere near the debt I have. But this, you know, it's one of those things where I'm just like, you know, it's easy to say in hindsight what you would have did, should have did, you know, now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you Bethelized yourself.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I can't do this. I was like, this is crazy.
But you know what?
Um,
Coincidentally, in Bethel, those with nursing degrees, they
yeah.
were they were valuable. They had that position because we had med.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't call it med. What's the term? Infirmary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did have nurses and with I don't know all the terms. LN, RN, whatever. LPN.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had
Yeah.
those. And so
Yeah.
if you had a degree in that, you were actually put in that position.
Yeah, but not all of them.
Not all of them, but yeah.
Yeah, because
Not the
she was in
brothers though, but at least the
housekeeping.
sisters. Yeah, exactly.
I
Housekeeping.
know two, they was in housekeeping. But the
No, you're
husbands,
right. You're right.
you know, were put where their skill was. I was like, this some bull crap.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So if y'all have any questions, you know, for Jean, if you watched the video or if you just have questions, if you didn't watch the interview video, so a little bit about Jean. Pretty much got introduced to the Jehovah Witnesses as a young person.
Mm-hmm.
Family came in. He comes from a pretty well-known Haitian French-speaking family that helped establish a lot of French congregations down in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Spent some time in Bethel, and when he left the JWs, he went into the military, which is like
Mm-hmm.
a big
Extreme.
whoa, you
Yeah.
know. And from the military, he went into law enforcement, which is another big like whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then even joined another organization that we'll let him tell us
Right.
about and his reasons and stuff like that. So very interesting story. In my opinion, I had not really heard of any any XJW experience that was military and law enforcement and all the things. I think one young brother, can't remember the name of his channel. I think he went into like corrections. So
Mm-hmm.
that was kind of a big like aha, but he was never at Bethel or nothing. So yeah. But so we'll wait and see. Can somebody put a one? Because I don't know if it's frozen or y'all just ain't putting nothing in the chat. So if y'all could at least put a one, then I know you still there. Because YouTube be tripping sometimes.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. See, it be it be stopping. Can y'all there we go. All right, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so we still good.
All right, cool.
Um, okay. So yeah, make like I said, if y'all had any questions, I just kind of gave you a snapshot of Gene's connection to the JWs and things of that nature. If you didn't see both parts of the interview, okay. Born JW say he just listening. All right, we appreciate that. So, Gene,
Yes.
would you like to uh, kind of talk about the organization you end up joining? What intrigued you about joining and things of that nature?
All right, cool. And I'm glad you wanted me to start there because there was a comment. I can't remember who the person was. They deem Freemasonry as a cult.
Oh, I must didn't see that. They had said that in the
Yeah.
comments.
Mm-hmm. I responded to
Okay.
it. It wasn't negative, so we had a little small doubt. It was quick. Well, to all those who's listening and viewing, define cult. If you look up the definition of cult, any religious setting,
Mm-hmm.
any group setting that is religious is a cult. So JW, Catholic, Methodist, Episcopal, Lutheran, whatever, religion
Yeah.
is a cult.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the reason why I end up, in fact, let me clarify something. You don't really join Freemasonry. You
Yeah.
have to be vouched for.
Yeah.
In my free time, as a hobby, one of my hobbies was checkers. I'm part of the uh, National Checkers Players Club,
Okay.
where we travel the U.S. and the Caribbeans. In fact, it's international. It's all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in this checker club, there's a lot of older players, and most of them turn out to be Freemasons. So
Mm-hmm.
my chance of getting in was through them.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was properly vetted and vouched for, I became a Freemason.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if there's any Freemasons listening, I'll say it like this. Only Freemasons will know what I'm about to say. I was
Mm-hmm.
raised in St. Joseph Lodge number 8. It's a ancient York Rite, free and accepted York Rite Masons, and I
Mm-hmm.
demoted to Atlantic Coast Lodge 466 and 465. 466 and 65 meaning Eastern Star and Masonic Lodge, and that's Prince Hall affiliated, and that's
Mm-hmm.
Scottish Rite Masonry. So those who are, if there are any Masons in the crowd, they'll know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And the reason why I accepted is because while I was in the organization, when you get to Bethel, part of the orientation is you have to watch like a movie,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the history of um, Jehovah's Witness, the organization,
Yeah.
starting with Charles Taze Russell. So after seeing that film, I went ahead and said, you know what? Let me do my research on Taze Russell, Charles Russell.
Mm-hmm.
And in my research, I discovered that he was claiming Freemasonry, and particularly Knights
Mm-hmm.
Templarism. And to the fact he did it where you, if you weren't a member, even if you were a member, it didn't matter. You would actually think he was one.
Mm-hmm.
And he toyed with it for years. And he also used some of the formulas and some of the like the destruction of Jerusalem, not the year Nisan and the year 1914. All of that is Masonic, and it has nothing to do with the destruction of Jerusalem. He toyed with that math to make it 607, et cetera, and so on. So while studying him, I didn't really know much about Freemasonry, but because of studying him, researching him, I said, you know what? If I ever get a chance, I'll go ahead and see if I can, dip and dab in it to see what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason. That's my reason for taking that opportunity, taking the chance of
Yeah.
the opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it turns out he was not even a Mason or a Knights Templar. What
Mm-hmm.
happened was he got away with toying with it, and he started placing himself in the company among several Knights Templars and
Yeah.
Masons. And
Yeah.
we have a certain grip, certain handshake, certain
Yeah.
word and challenge, and he was getting cornered. And finally, if y'all looked it up, I gave y'all the site. It's called Charles Taze Russell's um, Freemasonry Speech, San Francisco, 1913.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where he actually confessed that, okay, I'm not a Freemason. And he had to explain himself.
Yeah.
But yep.
Yeah. That's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah. In the world we live in, we what's the word, like we maybe demonize or make things negative, that we don't know about, right?
Exactly.
you
Exactly.
know so because I know several Masons, I know several Eastern Stars, and people, yeah, they make it feel like it's they're ruling the world. I'm like, I'm looking at some of these brothers and sisters, I'm like, well, if they rule in the world, where the money at, where the power at,
Exactly.
it kind of thing. So, but then I guess people might say the same thing about former, JWs that come and make content or whatever and stuff. And it's like, no, I'm just, stating my, opinion. That's why I tell people on the channel, long as you people respect, be respectful. Don't be calling people out their names and this, and that. You are free to say what you want to say, but it's when you come, like, your word is law.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
maybe for you it is, but if you over here on my channel engaging with people who engaging with my content, all the real ones, all the people in my community don't agree with what I say.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Mm-hmm.
can they know that they can say, I don't know if I 100% agree to you, and it's okay, you know.
Exactly. Yep.
Um, let's see, we got some more people in the house real quick. Hey Leo, how you doing? Let's see. Born JW said anything JW told me to steer away from, I'm checking it out now. Yep,
Please do research
yep,
everything. Research.
yep.
Research.
Yeah, so if y'all have any questions, if you saw the interview with Gene, you can, drop it in the comments. I'll put the link again if anybody want to come up. We got space for 8 more people if you want to come up. But if you want to keep it in the chat, that's cool too. Yeah, so what was I gonna say? I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to think. Did I have any other questions after read like when I was editing it? I was like, man, this was a really good interview. you know, um,
I can mention another thing. A
Go
lot
ahead.
about the share, a lot of people are familiar with that particular stock.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, it was with uh, not Norfolk Grumman. What was the other company? Pratt and Whitney, if I remember
Mm-hmm.
correctly.
Mm-hmm.
But see, what those naysayers don't know is
Stop.
that. Hmm?
Get out. I'm sorry. Talking to
Oh,
my
okay.
dog. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. That was a story about one stock,
Yeah.
or that was donated to the society. And the thing was, to those defenders, I hope they're watching. Um, it's okay if you want to defend the Watchtower. That's no problem. I'm not out to shame them, but I'm just out to state facts.
Mm-hmm.
That's one particular stock, and then the society gave the active inquirers this response,
Mm-hmm.
that it was one particular brother who was in charge of taking this donation and
Mm-hmm.
setting it to Watchtower's account. They had
Mm-hmm.
no knowledge, they had no idea what the stock was.
Mm-hmm.
People, we're talking about millions of
Mm-hmm.
dollars.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way on earth somebody's going to donate you something that's worth millions of dollars that you're not going to know where the money is
Came
coming and
from.
going.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave that a pass. So when I dug in, I also, I don't know if I dropped it on your interview, but I have a link. I can drop it on
Mm-hmm.
if you want, where um, all the other stocks was exposed, not just
Mm-hmm.
Pratt and Whitney, not just
Yeah.
Northrop Grumman, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And the SEC described the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society as a major benefactor of these stocks.
Mm-hmm.
So, people, it's not just one stock. There's several
Mm-hmm.
stocks.
Yeah. I was working on the outline. I might have to push it to next week to try to record it. But I was kind of looking at what we were talking about in regards
Mm-hmm.
to that, and then a little bit of a follow up to my video about how Watchtower was selling all the Kingdom Halls to churches. But if you're
Yes.
a business owner, or if you're looking for a job and they need a church secretary or whatever, how you can't take that job, just to kind of meet your needs. But they getting a lot of money.
Yep.
And so I don't think what active JWs or mentally in PMOs or whatever, I
Mm-hmm.
don't think they realize how much money Watchtower has.
Oh,
And,
well.
and they very crafty, because I never used to understand, like, if you go to like a regional convention or district convention or whatever they call them now. When we was at the Kingdom Hall, you wanted to write a check to put in the box. You would put
Mm-hmm.
it to, blah 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 congregation.
Right.
But then if you go to the special day or circuit assembly,
Mm-hmm.
you write to the congregation, to the assembly hall of blah blah blah.
Exactly. Yep.
But then if you went to like some international or district convention, then it's like Watchtower and Bible Tract
Bible Tract
Society
Society. Yep.
and this, that, and the third. And I remember
Mm-hmm.
thinking, like, shouldn't all the money be going to one place? So why is it all this da 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 da? It's like, it's when you sit back, it's like this is it's crazy.
Well, it's a good question, but the answer is actually yes. But you got to remember, they have to channel it,
Mm-hmm.
because you got to remember, it's like a 50 something. It's
It's
not a
a not for
501,
profit.
right? It's
Yeah,
something C3, right?
yeah.
But so they're funded for several things,
Mm-hmm.
and they have to explain how that funding is circulated, whether it's gain or loss, is it a
Yeah,
profit, whatever. That's
yeah,
why. But
yeah,
all of it is funneled, even
yeah,
though it's different branches. It's still funneled to
yeah, yeah.
WBTS.
Because even if you writing, ABC congregation,
Mm-hmm.
they still gonna take X number of dollars collected from that Kingdom Hall, that congregation,
Mm-hmm.
and send
Mm-hmm.
it to the worldwide work or whatever they calling it now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's unbelievable.
Yep.
I don't think I got no notes on my phone right now,
Right.
but it's ridiculous. Like,
Yep.
if I'm not mistaken, they are definitely in I know they for sure in the top 10, but I think
Oh,
they might even be in the top 5. Like
I,
the Vatican used to be, the Catholic Church used to be top, but
mm-hmm,
with all the lawsuits and stuff like that, they still in the top 3, I believe, if I
mm-hmm,
remember my research correctly.
mm-hmm,
But they
mm-hmm.
ain't number 1 no more. Uh, Scientology got a gang of money.
Exactly.
I didn't went down a bit of a rabbit hole
Mm-hmm,
this last week. 7-Day Adventists got a
mm-hmm,
lot of money because
mm-hmm.
they got their own schools, they got their
Yep.
own hospitals. You know, they have a lot of money.
And
And
the
then
Mormons.
that
Don't
made me
forget.
think of another video. So
Yep.
you have like Mormons, they
Mm-hmm,
got university, they
mm-hmm.
promote entrepreneurship,
Yep.
education. 7-Day Adventists got churches and hospital
Mm-hmm,
systems. They
mm-hmm.
want you to go out here and make money, you know. And then you got Jehovah's Witnesses who are making just God so much money, but they want you to stay small. Like, look how
Exactly.
long it took for them to say it's okay for you to go to college. And don't be
Exactly.
surprised in 6 months they reverse that, because now people like, well, I gotta miss the meeting because I'm in school now.
There you go. There you go. Well, in terms of numbers, what I can tell you was when I was I in or was I gone? Well, during my time, one of the facilities was sold. I want to say Crown Heights,
Mm-hmm.
$800 million. One
Yeah,
facility.
yeah.
One facility. So
Like I think for the Brooklyn
I
was
think it
it
was the pre.
350 million?
It's up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 300 million something they got.
Right. Yep. But one of the when they had the press, wherever they kept the press, they sold that facility, and it
Mm-hmm.
was priced at $800 million, and
Yeah,
they had a buyer. So
yeah, they got long money.
yep.
I'm a definitely do that video sooner than later. Okay, Gene. So we have a question.
Okay.
Esty said, Gene, what will be the next big change for Watchtower or New Light? So she's kind of, what do you think the next big thing or New Light would be?
Uh, is she referring to like we can wear beards now? Women can wear pants. What? Give me a little
Yeah,
more.
yeah. Esty,
Oh,
could you, is that what you mean? Like, what do you asking, what does Gene think will be like the next thing that Watchtower will come out? So people have been saying, Gene, what did they have, the annual meeting recently?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So prior to that, people was like, I think they're gonna say this, or I think they're gonna say that, or what have you. So I didn't really follow that. I didn't really
Right.
see nothing that stood out. So I think she's just asking, like, what do you think the next big thing? So we just had this whole thing with the, you can go to college now,
All right. Well, let me. What's the person's name again?
Esty.
Esty. Let me
Mm-hmm.
say this. Um, it's okay to be surprised or shocked, but don't be, because all that's coming out now, it's old news. It's probably about 50 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I think everything that's coming out they already had in the back burner,
Mm-hmm.
because you got to realize now the organization is diminishing.
Mm-hmm.
So now they got to come up with something that's going to keep members at in, instead of having them at bay.
Mm-hmm.
So about the further in your education, that's
Mm-hmm.
already been in the works.
Yeah.
The beard thing been challenged for many years.
Mm-hmm.
Blood. Now
Mm-hmm.
now blood is a conscious matter, conscious decision. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if everybody know that.
Yeah.
Now you can even take your own blood, store it in the bank. They're not gonna broadcast it, but you can store your own blood in case you in need of a transfusion. Your blood
Mm-hmm.
is already stored, so they can
Mm-hmm.
go in and then just grab your blood and give you your own blood. So blood
Mm-hmm.
transfusion always been a conscious matter.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I wouldn't say there's gonna be I couldn't tell you verbatim or what it will be, but
Mm-hmm.
what I can tell you, don't be surprised.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised. Just do your research. Dig back.
Yeah. So she said, will Watchtower change and say you can stand during the national anthem? I don't think that's gonna happen.
It might. It might. It
You
might.
think
Because you got to
so?
remember, desperate measures call for what?
Well,
But
no, they've been saying you can stand. It's, I
right. You
don't
just
think, you can't
don't.
put your hand on your heart.
Right. and don't
Yeah,
say the
you
pledge.
can't sing it, but you,
Right.
yeah, they say
Yes.
they say it. You can stand.
Right.
Um,
Because remember back then, there
at
was
least
a
when I was in that was a normal practice. You know, you would stand but not sing.
but see here it is. When I was in, you couldn't stand at all. Don't participate.
Oh,
Then all of
yeah,
a sudden you can stand, but don't put your hand over your chest and don't say the pledge. You see how
yeah,
you see the phase?
yeah, yeah. Let's see. Born JW said whatever changes that they decide will be directly connected to the money. Oh, absolutely, and the
Thank you. There
power.
you go. Yep.
Yeah, it's
And,
always
and
just like so. Let me ask you this, Gene.
mm-hmm.
What what do you believe is the reason why Tony Morris left or is no longer governing body? You know, we don't. I'm sure he's still a Jehovah's Witness. I don't know.
Maybe I, maybe he see the bull. I wish I can tell you.
Yeah,
Only Tony, he would have to kind of expose it.
yeah. I think a couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
I think either maybe he did have a drinking problem.
Well, who don't? There's a whole bunch of drunks in there. It's a whole
I
bunch of drunks
know,
in there.
but he governing body and he got, caught at the liquor store buying scotch or whatever, right? So
Yeah.
I think either that, because it's like a lot of things. If it ain't on camera or film, then what's your proof, right? That's what people say. So
Mm-hmm.
that was proof, you know. And he had a shopping cart full of liquor, not a little
Mm-hmm.
bit, not one bottle, two bottles. He had a whole like, you know how it comes in the box, like yeah. I think that, or I think they was like, hey, and this is the thing about rich people and rich organizations. It ain't like they about to be for real bankrupt. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this old money at this
Right.
point, right? This old money.
Right.
It's not overnight sensation money, and they broke in 2 years. Not like that. I think that they were like, long as their money was growing, they was good. But then once people started exposing and telling their truths and filing lawsuits and things of that nature, and now they got to defend, and now it's like we got to do something. So since Tony seemed to be the most vocal about tight pants and this and that, he was like the most like hardcore old school.
Mm-hmm.
I think when they made them decisions, like we gotta loosen up these chains on the friends, or we gonna lose the people we got.
Thank you. There you
Because
go.
I don't believe it's just like I say, I watch Mormon, ex-Mormon channels, just a lot of religions.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of Christian religions really investing and putting their time overseas now. You know,
Why? Why?
because it's like fresh meat.
Thank you. There it
Yeah, it's
is.
fresh meat.
Yep. The money's the head count.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's fresh meat that
Yep.
they gonna give their last, because they think this is the new savior.
Mm-hmm. So now, why do you think
Whereas,
they got rid of Tony Morris?
so
He's making a
I
he's putting a scar.
yeah,
Yep.
and I think when they said, "Hey, we gotta loosen up these shackles on the friends. We gotta let these brothers have beards. We gotta let these sisters wear pants," he probably was like, "F this." He probably was not with it.
It drove him to a bottle. It
Yeah.
drove him mad. Yeah.
Let's see.
That the would drive you drunk.
Born JW says whatever changes that they decide will be directly. Yeah, we read
Mm-hmm.
that. Okay. Let's see. The government of the world provide new light to the governing body. Yeah, that's true. About Morris, in my experience, the elder that is actually genuine and the rank and file love, the older elders boot that fool out. So you think that people love Tony Morris? Let's see. Melissa said you would think with all this new light, a lot more people would be waking up a lot more faster than what they are. But you know what?
No, not
I
really.
think Yes, I think when you're out, when you like any situation, when you can see it, you just like, how is everybody not waking up, right? But then you have
Yeah.
to think about when you have to think about like, Dad, why didn't I leave during this time or that time
Mm-hmm.
or whatever? You might have had it in your head,
Mm-hmm.
but it just wasn't that time for you to just say, I'm up, you know. Um, and you got to remember, because I was thinking this, I almost hate that I'm aware of the state of like politics and society right now. And I said, if I was a JW, I wouldn't know this much because I
Oh, okay.
probably would be
That's yeah.
sitting down
It has its
taking
perks.
it
Yep.
in
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
I would just be like, Jehovah's gonna fix it. It doesn't matter. Whatever's going on, Jehovah. I would have been like that.
Right.
I was like that previously with this administration, and my husband, he was my fiance at the time. He was just like looking at me like what? Jehovah gonna fix it? He like what kind of thing. So I think as long as they keep their head in the sand, they don't know this. You know,
Yeah, that's
they've
true.
heard they've heard about people on social media talking and this and that, but they are not coming to watch because
My thing
remember,
is, how many times the anointed ones got to die off?
yeah,
Oh, it wasn't that generation. It's this generation.
yeah, yeah.
Same old response for years, for almost 200 years now.
Okay, hey Rebella. Um, so I did put a post. It was kind of late that we were doing the live today at 7:30. Um
7:30. Don't say 30.
I mean 7:30 my time,
Oh, okay.
8:30 Eastern Standard Time. I usually do it early in the morning, but my day just got so jacked up. So typically Thursdays I in the community post. Let's see, Born JW said I seen him once. The attendants that escorted him to the airport said he had a ponytail. Who's talking more? He
Really?
had a ponytail?
Wow. So he's
Yeah.
far gone. So he been gone
Yeah.
mentally. Yeah.
Let's see. Melissa, you would think the ones that have been in for a long time, they should see all the red flags. But that's the
They
thing,
see it.
Melissa. They
They
don't want
see
to
it.
see it.
I, but you know what? Remember, religions thrive off fear. So when you believe in Armageddon and destruction, the lake of fire, you want to
Yeah.
hold on to that instead of looking at the red flags and further investigating it.
And so I don't know if you all watch Jerron, um, but he does videos kind of talking about that, like waking up, not waking up, and he's done several videos where he talks about like you 60, 70 years old, you didn't gave your whole life to this, and it's like
Thank you.
if I accept that this is not true, it will probably drive most people crazy.
It will. I agree. I agree.
So it's like
I agree.
I'm just gonna stick and hope for the best.
Yep.
This is
Yep.
what I know. Like
I
he
agree.
say his granddad, 80 years old, and he woke up and he called and like apologized to Jerron for shunning them and all this
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And he said, I think he said his grandfather cried. He couldn't believe it because his grandfather's like, I done gave this organization 50 years of my life. Now I'm too old to do anything. And he's like, no, you ain't. You still here. You can still travel, this, that, and the third. But I get what the granddad was saying. Like, I'm 80. I can't enjoy it like I could
Yep.
have when I was 40 or when
Exactly.
I was 50 or even when I was 60, And
Stuck.
I think that's with any situation where you didn't stay longer than you should have, a bad
Yep.
relationship, a job, all the
Uh huh.
things. Let's
Yep.
see. Yeah, okay.
Good.
Yeah, they stay because of family, friends, and home. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. And then even like, yeah, some of them stay because they working for one of the friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people move
They have
into,
no one and nothing outside of it.
yeah, they move
You know,
into
so.
like a house that the friends is, renting to them. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's crafty.
Very.
It's very crafty, and they ain't the only ones out here, with their mind control.
Yep. Yep.
Melissa asks, Gene, how long were you a JW?
Ooh. 20. Let me see. 29 years,
Okay,
if I count
29 years.
correctly. But yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
between 27 to 29 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this, Jane.
Yes.
Um, interview with a few people and things
Mm-hmm.
like that. So I don't know your family or people who once knew you in the congregation who haven't left themselves. Do you know if like your family know that you do interview and tell people your experience and things like that? Are they
Not to my
aware of it?
knowledge. No, not to
Okay.
my knowledge. But they
Okay.
know my mindset because when I'm very blunt. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So do you feel uh light shunned from your family? Like,
Oh, I was son. Yes, I was, but it didn't bother me because how can I describe myself? I'm not cold, but I can be cold.
yeah,
Yeah, because I've seen it. Because remember, I was in a position of responsibility. I turned
yeah,
down.
yeah,
I didn't turn it down, but I dodged being an elder.
yeah,
And I saw, and before you become an elder, they kind of like groom you and stuff. I got to that
yeah.
phase. I still got my book, my shepherd's book, but
Mm-hmm.
that's another story.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw the shunning, and I really expected because remember, my mom is etched in stone, and my
Yeah,
dad is right behind her.
yeah.
So yeah,
But they talk to you now?
not spiritually because I told him just give it up, and
I
I
know,
said,
but I'm saying they still, y'all still talk like, hey, how you
it
doing? How's it
might be
going?
a mm-hmm.
But they don't even try to be like, come back to Jehovah.
Nope, because last time they tried, I told them if you believe in Jehovah, you believe he's powerful, that's the day you'll see me in Kingdom Hearts, and it'll never happen. So just give it up. That's how I told him. I told that to my dad, and I told my mom, tell Jehovah to meet me at a burning bush. Let me be a modern day Moses. Then I'll come back. Until then, give it up.
Oh boy.
So my dad, he was disappointed. My
And they
mom
still,
cried.
huh?
No, it's just high and by.
I'm
They
about
don't
to
get
say,
into
I
the.
know yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't hold no punches.
Mm-mm. In fact, they didn't even know I was in the military until I think I was part of a news coverage. If I
Yeah.
think I tried to pull the archive, they kind of removed it because my unit is not supposed to be known. The unit I
Okay.
served in, yeah, but it was on Dateline with Jim Stewart,
Okay.
and that's how word spread. Oh man, Brother Philippe, that was still Brother Philippe to them. He's in
Mm-hmm.
the army. He's in the military. That's other than that, I'm very low key, very quiet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, at least, considering, military law enforcement, became a Mason, that at least even a high and by, some people don't even get that. And they didn't do all the things that you did. They just quietly left, no interviews, no like getting into occupations that, witnesses look at it so bad, and so the fact that they, can even still have a small conversation with you, that's a good thing, because
Mm-hmm.
my heart breaks. I'm like, I'm glad I wasn't a effective publisher or whatever, because
No, you
like
weren't a
none of my
baptized
friends,
publisher.
huh?
You weren't a baptized publisher.
No, I was baptized. I'm saying, but I
Oh,
wasn't effective as far as bringing people in or nothing like
oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, my
none of
regrets.
my family became witnesses. None of my, friends and stuff like that. So yeah, when people share their stories and their mom or dad or grandma, like not talking to them, it blow my mind. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and then you hear these stories Now the mama and daddy then got old, and the friends in the congregation like, call your daughter, call your
Yep.
son. So you
Exactly.
didn't shun me for 30 years, but now you want me to come take care of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's like that's crazy.
If you reap it, sow it. Since you
Yeah.
want to follow that book. Yep.
Let's see. I remember the time period I was waking up and married to a fanatical elder. I had never worked, only pioneered. Yeah. So
Oh,
that
I'm
probably
not
was
surprised.
a hard adjustment. Born JW says, it's good to hear personal experiences because knowing I'm not alone helps me to resist the doubt and fear they implanted into my, infant. If you know what I, yeah,
Oh, I
absolutely.
know you. Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
fear nothing. Just
This
live
is
and do
why,
right.
this is why, like this is what helped me. I think I talked about this recently in a video, that having a community, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was just me, my mama, uh, my husband, and like my good friend. They couldn't really understand because they never was witnesses. So they just was there as a listening ear, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But once I discovered like the XJW content, like Lloyd Evans, um, Lady C and JT,
Oh yeah, I love those
I
two.
I mean, the minute I woke up, I was like, let me see if they got a new video. It was just all day. That was like my therapy. That was my community because it validated I'm not crazy. All these things that I had, it's like yeah, sometimes I do feel like I just could kick myself because I'm like, I saw the red flags. I told them, hey, I'm gonna take a break from this study because this is just getting too much, and I just let them slowly. It's like a person you didn't dated. You know it's not gonna go nowhere. you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
and you like. I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm just saying you ain't the right fit for me.
Right.
You tell them, hey, let's just keep it cool. But then they just keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on. And next thing you know, you back right into the bull crap, you know. And if you let somebody hang around you long enough, you develop connection, feelings, or whatever. And that, I feel like that's partly what happened. Like I was
Mm-hmm.
getting guilt tripped into, now, Jehovah know you know. So if Armageddon come tomorrow, you're gonna die. you know,
Yep.
like, oh my God. So yeah,
Yep.
I do get mad, but then I'll tell myself, like, despite the red flags, despite still going through the motions, getting baptized and having these moments, like everybody has this story where they had these doubts, and then they be like, well, let me just try to give it all I got. I'm gonna go out in service, I'm gonna study, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And then they still realize, like, nope, this ain't it,
This ain't it. Yep.
and so, you end up just going about your business. All right, we got a couple more questions, then we probably
Mm-hmm.
gonna wrap it up because I know y'all on the East Coast. Um, Melissa said, I'm happy my mother has. Oh, I think she's trying to say Alzheimer's. Laugh out. She isn't shunning me. Okay, you a mess, Melissa.
Yeah.
You are a mess. Melissa say, born JW. She don't have it all that bad yet. It's okay. Um, uh, yeah, it's like an old boyfriend stalking you. Like, oh my god, oh my
Oh,
god. It was just
not a
like,
J Dub boyfriend, is it?
no. She was saying, when your antennas go up and like, and you like, yeah, I think I'm gonna take a break from the study. You try to be respectful and just say,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take a break from the study.
Mm-hmm.
And like in my case, they was like, you owe us an explanation. I'm like, why? You're not my mama.
Exactly.
I'm grown. I don't want to study. you know, and they just keep on, keep on, keep on, just keep on, keep on, keep on. And I have the bad habit of, I'm a super optimistic person, so
Mm,
I always
okay.
go to the positive first, right? So something happened, I'd be like, well, is this a sign? Maybe the Lord want me to, blah 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 blah. But that's not always the case, because I always looking at the glass half full,
Gotcha. Yeah.
um, And even when I resumed the study, I had no intentions of becoming a Jehovah's Witness, because I remember going to like whatever the circuit assembly or whatever is like at the assembly hall, and I wasn't baptized. I wasn't no
Mm-hmm.
unbaptized publisher. I'm just a, I guess, progressive Bible study, and I'm looking. And I'm looking at them, and they just smiling and cheesing and hugging and all this stuff. And I was like, these people crazy. I said, because I got bills, I got real problems going on. And I don't think I'm gonna be walking around here grinning and cheesing and hey sister, hey brother, you know. And I remember when I got baptized, one of the people was like, remember that time you was here and you was telling us, like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to become one, because I don't think I'm ever, get to this point of being happy. And I realize it's just they drank the Kool-Aid. So they just like, hey, give me some more Kool-Aid. Oh my God.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like just keep living your life. Keep
Yeah.
living your life. So well,
And
Gene, I appreciate you getting on. Super appreciate it. And thank you for, expounding on all the things from the interview. Again, thank you for your patience
no
and
problem.
me figuring it out so I could get your story told to
All right.
my audience. And yeah, who knows? I'm toying with the idea of how we can do this kind of thing more often, like kind of have people come up like on a panel.
Mm-hmm.
And so, maybe we'll invite you back to be on a
Okay.
panel.
Anytime. You know it. Anytime.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Anytime.
thanks so much. I don't want to
Thank
keep you. I
you.
know you're a busy man.
Thank you.
All
Bye,
right.
everyone. Yep.
You see how to leave?
Yes.
Okay. All
I'll talk
right.
to you soon.
Have a good night.
All right.
That was cool, wasn't it, guys? So I've been thinking, nobody's talking to you. The dogs think because I said good night, it means it's daytime. So I've been toying around with kind of doing like a panel, changing up uh the Thursday vibe. Like, of course, I'm gonna still start with wins. Of course, I'll still like to, put a question or a thought out there. But I'm thinking about inviting, different people. It don't have to always be a XJW or anything like that. So I do have a couple of more interviews set up. I have one with an amazing guy next uh, Monday. Uh, he's going to share his religious experience and how he's no longer a member of that particular religion. I had never heard of this religion until I got introduced to it, via his channel. So maybe we can have him after I, get the interview, get it uploaded, maybe come and do like a Q&A on Thursday. So I'm trying to see how we can, keep the live engaging and interesting and stuff. Okay, Esty. Have a good night. Let's see. Y'all saying stuff. Let me see. Okay, bye, Born JW. He said you should. Melissa, Jean should come back. Bella said thank you for this. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, it was different. So, me and Lady C, we gonna definitely do something. We gotta just get our calendars connected. So, Melissa said you should give us a cheat sheet and have questions. I can't give y'all no cheat sheet. It's based on if you watch the video. I gave you a summary of his story if people hadn't seen the interviews. So I can't give you no cheat sheet. So yeah, I have next Monday. Oh, Ma, you was on here this whole time? Bye. I didn't know my mom was on here this whole time. Anyway, what was I gonna say? So I'm doing that next Monday. Hopefully by midweek, depending on how long it is and stuff like that, but I anticipate it'll probably be at least 2 parts. Have that put up, and then maybe the following week. So I don't know. I'm trying to see. I want to invite some people. If you all know Isaac from Tune Up Your Mind, Isaac talked about doing something. He wouldn't mind coming over here. I know a lot of people like Isaac because Isaac, he break down the scriptures and he go all deep and stuff like that. So this is something I'm thinking we might evolve into. Okay. More panel discussion kind of vibe. So I'm glad that y'all enjoyed it. And yeah. So what else y'all got going on? I'm going to support my little younger cousin. We didn't have, I don't remember having this stuff when I was in high school, but they having senior night. She's a cheerleader. She's been telling me about this for 2 months. So if I don't show up, she's gonna be looking crazy. So I'm doing that tomorrow, and got some new patients to see on Saturday, which is good because I need the patients. Um, and then Sister Locks on Sunday and football. So just trying to get myself together. It's so much stuff going on in my life, but gotta keep pushing, right? Got to keep pushing. So I'm gonna go exercise, like I said at the beginning. Okay, Rebecca, I will keep that in mind. I'm glad that y'all enjoyed it. It was fun. I like having somebody to get up here and talk with. So yeah, it like I say, the next interview is someone who's not from the JW world or XJW world. So I think y'all it's good to see the commonalities in so many of these kind of high control religions and things of that nature. So maybe we'll see if after we get the interview up, if he's willing to come and kind of do a panel Q&A kind of thing. But yeah, I enjoyed it. This was fun versus me talking and engaging with just the chat. So yeah, we'll have to do that. Y'all, if it's any other topics that you might want to cover, I can always bring somebody who has nothing to do over here on YouTube and do. I still plan to do my live about breast cancer and the role the gut plays in your risk. So I still plan to have that coming this month. And I got a couple of long form videos that I plan to record and get edited. So I hope y'all have appreciated and seen that I've been more consistent. So that was the goal for this. This is technically what I'm going into. I just celebrated my 1 year of the channel. So yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's good to have different kind of people. Yeah, I love this. I love the lives. I do. Um, what you mean, Melissa? So, like, what I was thinking is, just all kinds of stuff come to my mind. One of my MP buddies, she had posted something. Now she has a med spa. She's basically an esthetician. She's the one who did my Botox and fillers and stuff. But I was like, man, she had posted something about gut health. Like, ladies, get your gut health in check and watch how your skin improves. So it made me think. I said I need to reach out to her and say, hey, you want to do a YouTube maybe like on my clinic page, or if I don't think she has a YouTube, but do you want to do like something together where we can talk about, I can talk about the role the gut has, and then she could talk about the skin kind of thing, like a collab. I'm out here trying to get it, y'all. I'm out here trying to spread the information and have a little, fun doing it. You so funny. Yep. So All right, y'all. I'm gonna put my gym shoes on, get my steps. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't I didn't walk as much as I needed to. So that's how it goes. All right. Well, good night, everyone. Thank you so much for checking in with your girl today. Something different, and I think this is how we'll, keep these kind of panel Q&As going. All right. Y'all have a great weekend. See you soon. Peace. I'm glad that y'all love the information, Melissa. I love giving it. You know, I love talking about things that. Oh, Ray, you still here? Good night, Ray. Yeah, information is power. You gotta spread the word. Like, thank goodness for all the people before me who did XJW content. Help me wake up kind of thing. All right, well, good night, everyone.